Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. Today we're going to spend a little time with our Parks and Recreation Department, talking about some great programs and activities that are coming up. We have before and after school programs to highlight, as well as the 2019 Teen Summit. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're joined now by Shantae Bynum, who's with the Suffolk Parks and Rec Department, to talk about, yes, it is that time of year again, back to school. So thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we're not talking about school, but we are talking about before and after school programs that Suffolk Parks and Rec offers. And y'all have some for the elementary kids and some for the middle school. So let's start with the elementary. You got multiple sites, and talk about kind of what the programs are, where they're offered, and the time frames. Because again, we're talking before and after school. And I'll ask one quick question to go with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can do before, you can do after, or you can do both.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So.
So the programs are offered at 5 different locations.
Okay.
In the northern area, you have Northern Shores and Creekside. Downtown, you have Oakland Recreation Center, you have Booker T Recreation Center, and you have Mac Bend Recreation Center.
Okay.
The program has a $35 registration fee, and like you said, you can choose whether you want to do before only, you can do after only, or you can do both before and after. And the prices kind of vary. You can go on our website for those prices to look at our leisure guide.
Got it.
When you first come in to register, you can go to any location that is offered at, and you can also go to our main office. When you come in, if you are a new parent, you would need to provide a proof of residence and a proof of the child's grade.
Got it.
If you're already in our system, we don't require those documents.
We know who you are, so to speak.
Right, correct, correct.
Now, as far as with the before and after school programs, if you do not go to the school where the program is being held, is there any transportation provided, or do you need to go to that school? You know, so like say, for example, if you're at another school, not one of those, do you get bused there, or how does that work? Yes.
Now, we do have other sites as far as like Florence Bowser.
Yes.
Creekside Recreation Center buses the kids to Florence Bowser.
Okay.
And then you have other locations like Kilby Shores, Hill Point, Elephants Fork.
Right.
They are at, I'm not sure the exact locations, but I think some are at Booker T and some are at Mac Bend. But we do service those children at those schools.
Got it. Okay. So there is, but you still would need to go to the actual rec center where you'll be going to do the registration. Right. Don't go to those schools.
Right. Correct. Correct. Or you can go to one of our freestanding facilities, East Suffolk Recreation Center, Whaleyville, or our main office.
Perfect. So you'll try to make it convenient for everybody to get signed up for that.
Correct.
What are the times before school and after school? So, I mean, obviously school starts at a particular time. So what kind of time frame are we talking about that this service is available?
So before school starts at 6:30, and then the kids are released to whenever time the school opens up. Right. And then whatever time your school dismisses, we're there until 6:30.
Got it.
I'm sorry, until 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, yeah. Make sure we get that.
Yeah.
These kids wandering around, where's that? No, just kidding. Of course, now when they're there, what kind of activities are taking place?
So we have a list of activities. We have gym games, we have arts and crafts. Sometimes our outdoor recreation specialists will visit our sites as well. So our activities are already planned out for the entire month. And that list will be posted for parents on the parent board so that you kind of have an idea what your child's going to be doing. Okay.
And then, of course, the kids also have an opportunity, if they want to take advantage of the time to maybe do some homework and stuff too, right?
Yes, correct. We do allow a lot of time for homework.
Okay.
Now, homework is only 15 minutes, but after the 15 minutes, if your child is not finished with their homework, we still give them the opportunity to finish. However, it won't be quiet time anymore.
I understand. So it might be a couple extra distractions thrown in the mix for that kind of a program. Okay.
Correct.
Now, as far as you talked about, there's a registration fee, and I guess depending upon which program you're utilizing, the cost varies a little bit. But do you generally do that? You have to pay monthly, weekly? How does that pay structure usually work?
Yes, the cost is monthly.
It is monthly.
It's monthly.
Okay.
And also at some of our locations, snack is provided.
Okay.
Now in the northern area, however, we do not provide any snack.
Okay, got it.
Some of our locations downtown do provide snack for the kids.
And as far as registration, I know it's ongoing now, and again, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but where you register, let's touch on that again, and the fact that I know some of these sites tend to fill up pretty quickly, so you want to get going as soon as you can, right?
Yes, because spaces are first come, first serve.
Right, okay. And again, you do that either at the location itself, you mentioned at the Parks and Rec headquarters on South 6th Street, or at Creekside. Wait, what were the other two places? I'm sorry.
East Suffolk or Whaleyville.
There we go. I know the general recreation centers that we offer there. So again, plenty of opportunity for you to get out there, get that registration done, get signed up. You have questions, of course, staff will be there to answer some of those questions as well. And the programs start the first week of school. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then when schools are, let's see if I could say this the right way. I know sometimes the city offices are closed, but schools are open. In those instances, the program still operates, correct?
Correct.
Correct,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
But again, when schools are closed, the program is not running because you don't have access to the facility, correct?
Correct.
Got it.
Now, we do have a day, and it varies. Most of the time it's in November. There's a day with like a teacher work day.
Yeah.
School is closed. We have an option where parents can bring their kids to another program we have called Kids on Play Day.
Got it, okay.
So yes, that is an option as well.
And I'm sure that information will be shared with parents at
It
these
will.
locations so they know, hey, when this day comes up, this is what your options are to do that.
Correct.
So we talked about the elementary age, but as far as middle school, you have a program at Kingsport Middle School that's being offered as well.
Yes, that is called Rec and Crew. It's a $35 registration fee, and it's $40 monthly.
Okay.
That's for grades 6th to 10th grade, and their program hours are from 2 to 6.
Okay, so that's just an after-school program as far as how that's set
Right,
up.
they do not cater to the morning.
Got it. And do you just have to be a student at Kingsport Middle to go to that one, or again, is there any transportation provided?
No, you have to be a student at Kingsport Middle.
got it.
And they do provide snack.
Got it.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. And again, registration procedure, either go to Kingsport Middle or you go to Whaleyville, East Suffolk, or Suffolk Parks and Rec headquarters.
Correct.
Our main office, I should
Correct.
say. Right. So obviously for the parents who have been in the program before, they don't have to show the ID and everything because you know who their children are. But for new parents, you know, they got to show that so they can provide, you know, proof of age and residency and everything. But when we're talking about the new parents, what would you say to do to encourage them to go ahead and get signed up if they're thinking about participating in this type of program? What are some of the benefits that they want to be aware of?
Yes, if I were them, I would try to sign up as soon as possible.
Right.
And when we say a proof of residence, we
Yeah.
mean like a utility bill,
Right.
car registration, something like that.
Yeah.
And a proof of the child's grade can be like a report card, maybe like a progress report.
Sure.
Because even though the parents who may have came last year, there may not be a guarantee that they will make it this year.
Correct.
So even if you're kind of thinking about, hey, I might want to put my child in the after-school program, I'm not really sure, just go ahead and do it. If you decide, you know, I've already paid, but your child's not attending the program,
Right.
and you decide, you know what, this is just not for me,
Sure.
then a refund is available.
Got it. And again, registration, as we said, is open now.
Yes.
And will be ongoing, really, I guess, until the sites fill up.
Yes.
Now, let's say, for example, site fills up, school starts, but maybe a month or two later, maybe a parent, their child, they drop out of the program because they decide to find other care or whatever. Then do y'all still offer opportunities? Is there a waiting list maybe to get on some sites?
Correct. We do have a waiting list.
You do?
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
So even if the site is full, go ahead and sign up anyway because you never know that slot might open up at some point.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, very good. If someone had questions about the program, is there someone they should call or a contact they would do? Call the main office? What should they do?
It's up to you. If you go online, look at our leisure guide, we have a list of all the sites and the supervisor's contact information.
Right.
You can reach out to the sites. You can reach out to one of our freestanding facilities, East Suffolk or Whaleyville, or you can feel free to contact our main office.
Very good. Well, again, thanks for your time today, sharing the information about the before and after school programs offered through Suffolk Parks and Recreation for the 2019-2020 school year. So again, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Sure. And we'll have more on the scene when we return. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're talking now about a fabulous event coming up in late August, a great way to get everybody ready to go back to school, as well as thinking both for school and beyond. And to talk about this year's Teen Summit offered through the Suffolk Parks and Recreation Department, we have Rakita Fafana, who is the Youth Outreach Coordinator with Suffolk Parks and Rec. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're talking about the Teen Summit, and I know we've talked about this topic before, but for those who don't know what the Teen Summit is all about, tell us a little bit about it.
We like to consider it an empowerment tool.
Okay.
We want to give youth, teens, adults, parents, and facilitators an opportunity to get information just to get a fresh start for back to school, for life in general, information and tools that they can use to empower themselves.
Right. And of course, it's a one-day event, but it's a lot packed into that one day.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about when is it, where is it going to be held, and who can participate?
Okay, so the event is August 24th. It's going to be held at the Hilton Garden Inn, downtown Suffolk.
All right.
We're going to start off at 9 o'clock,
Okay.
and we'll run until 2.
Okay.
So our 9 to 12 session will be sessions.
Got it.
So that will be where they'll get tips and tools and information to help use for day-to-day activities.
Right.
And then we'll go into our after party.
Nice.
Where we'll have vendors and a DJ
Right.
and bounce houses and all types of events.
Very nice. And what's the age range of youth that can participate?
11 to 17.
But you also mentioned adults, care providers, parents can also be there because there's good information for them as well.
Absolutely. We'll actually have an adult track. So
Okay.
that way the youth and teens are separated from the adults.
Got it.
So they're comfortable. They don't feel like they can't open up and talk
Right.
about the things, the concerns they have.
Sure.
So the adults will have their own session, their own room, and it'll run at the same time frame.
Okay.
So that 9 to 12,
Yes.
and then that after party will just be everyone together.
Got it. Now, with the workshops you talked about from the 9 to 12 portion, is it where you have multiple sessions going on at the same same time so people can kind of pick and choose, or do you do? So
Yep.
what are some of the things that y'all be covering as far as with the youth?
So this year our theme is Empowered to Overcome.
Okay.
So we're basically empowerment. So we're talking about self-esteem, how to overcome any kind of hurdles that they may be facing. So all of our topics are going to deal with the things that teens are facing as well as the adults.
Okay.
So tips that you can deal with, how to help those youth in your life that are facing different challenges, whether in school or at home.
Nice. And I know historically, y'all gotten some really good speakers coming in there that know their topic, are able to relate to the youth as well as to the adults.
Yes.
So again, you have the right people with the right message to the right audience. So it's a great marriage, so to speak, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
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 Now, the big thing is people are thinking, well, this sounds like a really cool event. Cost. That's the best thing about this, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Absolutely free. No cost at all for anyone.
But we do have pre-registration going on right now.
Yes.
How can people sign up early and get that done? But also, what are the benefits to signing up early?
So the signups can be done online. We
Okay.
have that available through our website. We also have it available on our Facebook page,
Okay.
the Parks and Recreation Facebook page.
Yes.
And they get a T-shirt.
Okay.
That early registration also gets them there early enough for breakfast.
Okay.
So they get those perks of the early advantages of what's going to be happening, the schedule, and things of that nature.
Got it. So again, pre-registration is key, but you do registration day of as well, is that right?
Yes, we do a limited amount with the space that's left.
Okay, but again, like you said, the space that's left, so that's why you want to sign up, get that done now.
Yes.
I know August the 24th, they'll be here before we know it, but the thing is you want to make sure you get your name in the hat so that way you have a space at the event. Now, the after event that you talked about, I think it's 12 to 2, is that correct?
Yes.
What's going to be taking place during that time?
We have a DJ that'll be on the stage, so we'll have lots of entertainment. And then we have performers that'll come out. So we have people that are going to come out and sing and dance. But then we have the teenage versions of the bounce houses. So they have like the one where they can fight each other with a little sword. And we'll have school supplies. We'll have food, of course. We're going to feed everybody that's there. That's also free as a part of the event.
Good deal. Now, just talk about and reflect a little on years past and some of the things and the messages that you have coming out of these events from those who participate. Because I think people might go in thinking, oh, I'll get a little this, a little that out of it, get a good meal, that kind of a thing. But people really leave there with, things that really impact their lives both immediately and long term as well, right?
Absolutely. We have definitely had a good track of having repeat participants because the information has been informative, but it's also things that they can apply. We try to make it interactive, so we don't want to just feed people information. We want to see what is it that you want to hear from us. So we're giving people what they need at the same time. So that makes the difference in the event.
Right, and I think you certainly have tapped into a great time to have an event like this. Again, as you said, it's back to school, but it's also life lessons and things to prepare themselves for the future, be it 5 minutes from now or 5 years from now.
Correct.
And I think getting that foundation in there, getting that information out there in a way, like you said, that's interactive. You encourage the participation and the fact that you're giving the audience really what they're asking for and what they're looking for to an event like this. How many years have we been doing this now, Dean?
8 years.
8 years, okay. And I certainly, again, I know every year y'all learn a new lesson yourselves as far as planning it and making sure it's bigger and better the following year.
Absolutely.
And again, great location, plenty of parking on site.
Yes.
Saturday, August the 24th, you said everything kicks off at 9. When does the on-site registration take place?
We'll do that 9 o'clock time.
9 o'clock, so okay.
Because that's kind of breakfast for those who have registered.
Got it.
But if you haven't, then you're kind of going through that process during that time frame.
Now, what if an organization, maybe a church or a youth group or something out there, wanted to bring some kids? They can sign up as a group, but also, again, individually need to do that. But again, they can bring themselves there and participate in this event, right?
Absolutely, and we do offer the group registration. So for some groups, we'll give you a form. So that makes it a little easier. So you can take that and have the parents sign off individually rather than doing all those individual online registrations.
Super, see? Lessons learned, right?
Absolutely.
Now, if someone had more questions about the Teen Summit, just to get some other information that maybe we haven't touched on so far, are you probably the best contact, right?
Absolutely.
What number can they reach you at, Rakita?
757-514-7250.
Perfect. So, you, staff, everybody with Parks and Rec is geared for the big event. What is it like for you? The day of, when you see everybody there, a lot of energy going on, a lot of activities going on. Just talk about what it means to you.
It's exciting. It's always exciting. We're always looking for new faces.
Right.
It's even exciting to see the returning faces because that lets us know that we've done something right because people are coming back to our event. Just looking to make that change, looking to make that difference, looking to give the young people and adults something that will help them and benefit them in life. Again, like you said, whether it's 5 minutes from now or 2 years from now, something you can flash back on and say, oh, wow, I remember from our event.
And I guess there's really nothing like making a difference in the life of a young
Nothing at
person
all.
because, again, you really, in some cases, are changing a life and giving them
Absolutely.
some tools that can help them become successful in whatever line that they decide to go into, correct?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So, again, let's talk about, recap again, the date, the time, the location, and how people can register.
Gotcha. So August 24th,
Yes.
it's going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn, downtown Suffolk.
Okay.
We're going to start off at 9 o'clock, and that's registration or breakfast, depending on if you've pre-registered. We do have limited spots left a lot of times because so many people pre-register. So
Correct.
we do definitely encourage that, the pre-registration.
Right.
You can register again on our website
Okay.
or through our Facebook page, and we do have the paper registrations as well for
Okay.
those who prefer to do that.
And where can they pick those up?
Our administrative offices.
Okay. And that's on South 6th Street, right?
Yes.
Awesome, good deal. Well, again, the 2019 Teen Summit coming up Saturday, August the 24th. Rakita's done a great job of laying out everything that's going to be taking place that particular day. Again, online registration. Again, you also can pick up the paper form, as she mentioned, so plenty of opportunities to get that done. We certainly encourage you to pre-register, so make sure you get your T-shirt, you get the breakfast, and that way you got a space, which is probably the most important thing out of all of that. So again, Saturday, August the 24th, Teen Summit coming up here in the city of Suffolk. And Rakita, thanks to you and Suffolk Parks and Rec for offering this, doing a great job of putting it together and making it such a success.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time today.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. That would do it for this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We'll see you next time.